Hello and welcome to this tutorial from GZinc. I'm your host Benga Delakun. What we are going to be treating today is on Photoshop, and it's simply about how to isolate your subject like we've done to this model here, this Casey the Limpopo Master. We just isolated him from his background, as you can see here. This empty space, we removed him from the background. So I'm going to walk you through how to do something like this. I'm going to show you the traditional method of Photoshop and everything like so. So let's begin. Let me just bring in a new photo, like something like, okay, this is a photo of Casey the Limpopo Master, if you know him. Okay, now the traditional method of removing the background, that's isolating your subject from the photo, is using the pen tool, which is what I've just clicked. As you can see, this is it here, brings it out. Pen tool P, you can press P on your keyboard for that, the pen tool. Now what you do with the pen tool is you just draw like something like this, then you make a selection around your subject like so. I'm just going to do a quick one. So this is just going to show us how it's been done. It may not be quite accurate, but I'm just going to do something really fast in order not to waste time on this tutorial. Something like this. Just draw around your subject or whoever you want to isolate from the background. Then since your selection is being made, you right click and say make selection. Is it there? Make selection. Just go forward and click OK. That's your selection. You can see it moving around. Then from there you can feather your work like so. This is how you make your selection. You press the Ctrl C to copy it, Ctrl V to paste, and there you go. This is what we just selected, as you can see. So that's what you use your pen tool for. Now let me just, on this other layer, then delete this one. It says delete, we say yes. Okay, now let's look at another tool quickly. That's the polygon lasso tool. Sorry, when you come there, you see the name polygonal lasso tool. You can press L on your keyboard. In case you're on another tool, just press L, as you see there. So what this one does is quite similar to the pen tool. Also, you draw around your subject, but okay, let's see how this works. You start clicking around, but the pen tool was like a pen, you draw, but this you click around the subject. That's how it's done. Just gonna quickly make a selection of Casey's head. Okay, think you're getting the hang of how to create a selection, how to isolate uneven shapes like that of the human, as in the face, the human shape. So as we can see here, just quickly close this up. This tool might get clunky and funny sometimes, but just have to be careful in doing this. Continuous practice make perfection, whatever. Now as you can see, we've just created the selection around that. So you're back to your polygonal lasso tool. Now you see this button here, refine edge. This is where you make your selection look more realistic without all these jagged edges. Now these sliders you see here. Okay, we are going to come back to that later. Let's see the last tool we use. You can use other tools, as in when you click this down, you see another lasso tool there. You use this also to lasso around your subject, as you can see. Well, I'll recommend this three, that is the pen tool, which is the traditional one used by most traditional Photoshop designers, and the polygonal lasso tool used by most photographers I've seen, and this, which was introduced into Photoshop CS3, which is the quick selection tool, as you can see there. So quick selection tool is a brush. You can increase your brush size with this bracket, your right bracket there. You increase the brush size, or just come here and drag the slider to increase the size to how you want it. That depends on your subject. So we just click this plus button here, that is to add selection, while the minus is to subtract selection. Let's see what the name says there. Subtract from selection, add to selection, as you can see there. So let's just add to selection. We may press Ctrl minus here, that's to zoom out. So let's add to selection, and you see the quick selection tool automatically detects the picture and makes it quite easy to select your subject, which you can see, which we've already done with ease. But you can see some things when you click refine edge. You see some things here. You see that it has clicked, it removed the buttons on his shirt. So let's just edit that again. You can see there, what you do is just you use your plus to clean that away, and you remove it. The best way to learn all this is to play around with the tools. So let's just see what this does. That's it. Just select this little button there, and that's it. There you go. We've made a quite cool selection there, as you can see. And what the minus does is to subtract. You can just, let's say, subtract the whole of his head, or let's say Ctrl Z. Let's say we subtract to his glasses, his pair of glasses, as you can see there. Still just gonna Ctrl Z this, but let's just see. So let's say we to the pair of glasses, let's say refine edges. So what do you see there? Just Casey. No hair, no head. Okay, just kidding there, just used to play around. Now let's just Ctrl Z that. Well, it's not going back. What's happening? Ctrl Z does not go further than just once. Okay, what we actually do is you go to edit, you say step backward, which is Alt Ctrl Z. So let's do that. Alt Ctrl Z to where we get to our desired point. I think that's where it should be, something like so. Yes, that's where it is. So we've made our selection. Now let's go to this refine edge, button here. Now when you made your selection with your pen tool, you notice that there was no refine edge. You can simply just come, when you made your selection, just come to your quick selection tool or your polygonal lasso tool, then you can get to refine edge. But I recommend you come to your quick selection tool. I really love this tool. If I should rate these tools, I will actually pick my best tool to be the quick selection tool, because I just love it. I don't know why. Okay, now we've gone to the refine edge button. As you can see, just click there. This is to refine your edges, which are these places around the subject here. That's the edge of the selection. You understand that? I think so. Okay, now you can, here are the views. You can view your edges in a black background, a red background that just shows something like an overlay. Through this red background you can see what's going on, just like a transparent view or so. While this is just the normal view, as you can see. You can just a standard view, quick marks on black, on white. Let's see on white. So you can see your subject on white. Now you can see the edges. There are some default settings there which I think I made to my last selection or so, but we're going to change that. Now you can see mask. So I'll recommend you use the black, because the black makes you see things that are not there. Like for instance, this little white around here, you may not see it in the white, as you can see there. So that's what the black does. So we just, these sliders, the radius, as you can see, you have to play around to really learn these things. The radius is part of the roundness of the edge. Why contrast? This give contrast to the edge. That is sharpness. It gives sharpness to the edge. Soft, it makes soft edges sharp. Now smooth, this smoothens the edges, jagged edges. Smooth, as you see there. What did that bring out? It said smooth jagged edges, but that's not bringing it out. Let's just go past that place. Now you see, you have to play around with these sliders to see which one works best for your photo, because you can't just center one direction absolutely. Okay, as it seems smoothing to 0 works best here. Sometimes smoothing to 100 works best. As you can see, now you have to feather this a little to make the edges soft, in case you need it to be soft. Feathering looks very cool on the white background. Okay, let's just see. Now you can see there, it depends on what you need. Now you can see this contract and expand, that is contracting the selection. Let me die this to 0. Now you can see it expanded, because this is the normal size, but we had to contract it to remove those white parts at this place. So we contracted it so it disappears. So it depends on you. As you can see, -32 is like working greatly for this selection. Now this hair may be causing a little bit of problem, but you can use your eraser tool after you've made the selection to erase all those parts. So let's just click OK. That's nice for our selection. And after that, we press the Ctrl-Z and Ctrl-C, that's to copy. Or you come around, where is that, edit, you see it here, copy. So Ctrl-C, then Ctrl-N, that's Ctrl New, a new blank document. Now I will say you use RGB mostly, because RGB is best for screen, CMYK is best for printing. So let's just choose a 16-bit. You must choose a transparent background, and I like changing this to inches. I don't know why, it's just something part of me. And the resolution, you may find it helpful to make everything you make on Photoshop, make the resolution of everything you make on Photoshop 300, at least 300 pixels per inch. Just click OK. Then you can Ctrl-V, paste your object. Okay, Ctrl-V, that's it. Now what you can do, you can just come here to the pick tool, I think, or what's the name of this, to move tool. You expand your subject by pressing Shift also, so it doesn't just move in any direction. You expand it holding Shift also, so you expand it, okay, to there. Expand this other one. It depends if your photo does this, but I was the one that set it to this, because I should have changed the size, but I didn't change the size. So let's just click OK. That works well. Now, so this is it. It's in a transparent background. We've just done what we needed done. Now what we have to do is just to save it into a format that leaves it in a transparent background. What do you think of? Okay, now the format that works is the PNG format. We'll just come to save as, and you see it here. You come down, come to PNG, portable network graphics. That's the full meaning of PNG. That is the only format that is known mostly for saving bitmaps in a transparent background. So I just call this KC tutorial cut or whatever, tooth cut. So I think we are like done with this tutorial. Let me save this on libraries. Just come to videos or documents, sorry, just save this here, just choose none. You may find playing around with this sliders very helpful. Just keep choosing anything you like. You may notice, observe things. Now let's just go to the documents that we saved it in, and there you see your PNG final image KC. As you can see, there's no background there. So if you bring this into any photo editing software or graphic imaging software, it works there, no background. There you go. We've just created we've just isolated our subject, which is Limpopo Master right here. We've isolated them from the photo. Okay, I'm your host Gbenga Delakun. Thank you for watching this tutorial from GC Inc. Peace out, people.